Okay, so what we will be doing today, algebra worksheets 6, 7, and we'll probably start number 8 that you don't have yet, but that's okay. I'll send it to you after the session. Okay,
Okay.
so let me share my screen. And since you've done this, and so has Maureen, that means, let's see, 6. Okay, that means you can tell me what to do for number 26. Do you see algebra worksheet number 6?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so you sent me these, and I think you had them all correct except one. So, Vanessa, how did you do number 26? Just tell me.
Oh, one moment, Barbara. I wrote it down. What did I do? How did I do this?
As a variable and a fixed part, the taxi cab problem.
Okay. How did I do this? I'm trying to remember.
Okay, let me
Let me get it.
just copy the equation here. And then you tell me what you did with this equation to solve for M. Okay, so what did you do here?
Um. Okay. The equation. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. The first thing I did, I subtract 350 on both sides. Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Subtract 350
On both
from
sides.
both sides.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take this equation and subtract the 350 from both sides, the left and the right. Okay, so minus 350 here on the left
Yes.
and minus 350 on the right.
Yes.
So Vanessa, what did you get on the left side after you did that?
On the left side, I only have 225 M remaining.
Very good, because the 350 minus 350 gives you 0.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
okay, so
Yeah.
let's
No.
copy this. All right, okay. Take out the 350 because that goes to 0. Plus minus of the same value is
Yes.
0. And what's 2150 minus 350? What did you get?
Um, $18.
Okay, 18. So let's just copy that. 225M equals $18. Okay.
Mhm.
And then what did you do? Okay, so this is 18. 350 from 50 from 50 is 0. 3 from 21 is 18. So you got $18. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what did you do? Okay, this is 0.
Okay. So because 350, let me 350, 225, 220. So you cross out the 225 and you only have M remaining on the left.
You cross out what operation?
Oh, this
Yeah, what
is
operation did you do here to just get M?
okay. You do division.
That's right. Divide both sides
Right, both
by
sides. 225.
225. 225. Okay, because that's a multiplication. 2.25 times M is a multiplication. And like you say, division, which is the opposite of multiplication. So let's just take that and do our division. Put the 225 underneath both sides as a divisor. Okay, so this is 225. And we'll underline here and put our 225 on both sides. Okay, 225 on the left. And when you did that, what did you get, Vanessa? What did you get on the left?
Okay, you just have, because you have to cross. So because 225, because we're trying to find M.
That's right. So
So you
on the left
just find
side, you just get
M
M.
remaining.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just bring that up a little closer. And this is a decimal here, not a comma. Okay, so on the left, you get M. Okay,
Yes.
and that's a little M. And what do you get on the right side? 18 divided by
Okay.
2.25.
Yes.
What's the value when you divide 18 by 2.25?
One moment. Let me just do it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
divide 18 by 2.25. That's really $18 divided by 2.25. So this is a dollar sign, and this is a
Divided by
dollar sign.
2.25.
Okay, so what did you get, Vanessa?
2.5. Okay. You get 8 remaining.
You get 8. So what is your answer?
I
A,
can't remember if it's,
A,
yes, it's
A,
8
B,
miles.
C, or D? What's the
I can't
answer?
remember. If you notice, I said
What?
get it by 8 miles. I forget to put the letter in. So I put the number.
Oh yeah, but that's okay. I know that you had the number there, but that's A, right? It's
Okay.
all right if you put the number. I know some others do the same, and I just translate it to the letter because only one
Yeah.
thing has 8, and that's the letter A.
Yeah.
So the answer is A.
8.
Okay, very good. That was number 26. And notice 26, you have a variable based on the number of miles you traveled.
Yeah.
And then you have a 350 fixed cost that you pay
Yeah.
regardless of the number of miles you travel. So that's a fixed cost. So the M miles, 8 miles traveled, added, multiplied by the 225 per mile, added to the fixed cost 350, give you a total cost of the cab ride of $21.50.
Yes.
Okay, let's go to 27. Okay,
27.
and you did that one too. So Vanessa, what did you do for 27? Let me bring it down.
Okay. 27. Let me
That's
put
an
that.
inequality. So let's just copy
Oh,
that inequality and tell me, how did you figure out the answer?
okay. Um, you subtract 3 from both sides.
Okay, all right, let's subtract. Subtract 3 from both sides. Okay, you could do this mental math too, right?
Yes.
Could really do mental math. I mean, let's just do what you said.
Because when you do mental maths, when you done already, even if you did not, you just put the 3 and you minus 3 from 30, and you get 35, and you do, how many times 35 could go in, how many times 5 could go into 35, is 7 times.
Okay,
So
seven times, but
yes.
this says greater than.
So it's oh, I didn't put it greater than.
It says
Oh, you
greater
didn't have,
than.
yes, because you didn't have whether the greatest than or the less than, you just had the number. So just put 7.
Yeah, but if you put 7, okay, let's do what you said. You say subtract this, the 3 from both sides. Okay, so what do you get on the left side?
Okay, you just on the left side just 5x.
5x. Okay, so you got 5x on the left. So let's copy that and put our 5x plus 3 minus 3 is 0. So let's just
Yes.
take that out. That gives you 0. And 38 minus 3 is 35, like you said. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now you ask yourself, what number multiplied by X give you something greater than 35? What is that number, Vanessa?
7.
What's
Oh,
5 times 7?
5 sevens, 35.
35 is not greater than 35.
Repeat what he said, Miss Barbara.
Okay, what number do you multiply by 5? This is saying 5 times some number X gives you a number greater than 35. Now you said 7, but 7 times 5 is 35. It's equal to 35, not greater. So what is the number?
8.
8. That's right. Okay, the number is 8, and that's because, I'll just put it in words, okay, 5 times 8 okay, 5 times 8 is 40, equal 40,
Mhm.
and 40 plus 3
43.
equal 43. All right, and 43 is greater than 38, right?
Okay.
The 7 is equal. If you multiply 5 times 7, you get 35, but that's not greater than 35. It's equal.
Okay.
Yeah, some did that, made that mistake. But it says when you multiply 5 times some number X, what you should get is greater than 35. All these other numbers give you numbers either equal or less. This one, 5 times 5, 25 plus 3, 28, that's less. 5 times 6 is 30, 30 plus 3, 33, that's less.
Mhm.
5 times 7 is 35 plus 3 is 38, that's equal. But
Okay.
5 times 8 is 40, and then 40 plus 3 is 43, and 43 is greater than 38. So answer, what's the answer?
Okay.
That's it.
So the answer is 8 is D.
D. Yeah,
Oh,
answer is D. Remember it said greater than. And if you use 7, you get equal, right?
yeah.
That's
Yes.
not the same. Greater than is not the same as equal.
Okay.
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 Yeah, some missed this one because they got the 38. But remember, this symbol for inequality is greater than, not an
Okay.
equal.
So what number is greater than 38?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So also this is how you do it. So you said 5 times 5 is 25 plus 3.
48, that's
Okay.
less
20.
than.
Okay. So 6 times 5 is 30 plus 3 is 33.
That's less than.
5 is 35
Plus
plus
3.
3 is 38.
That's
Okay. So
equal,
yes. So
right?
8 times 40 plus 3 is 43. Okay, I understand.
Yes, that's right. If you
Oh,
put the 8 in there, 8 times 40 is 8 times 5 is 40. Add the 3, you get 43, and 43 is indeed greater than 38.
yes.
See, 43 is greater than 38. So the
Oh,
answer is D, because it says which number is in the solution set of the inequality 5x plus 3 greater than 38. That means which of these numbers can you substitute for x, multiply by 5, add the 3, and get a number bigger than 38.
we understand. Okay.
Okay, and that number is 8. Everything else is less than or equal.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right,
Yes,
Vanessa, you got it?
yes, Miss Barbara.
Yeah, so that's why the 7 doesn't work because it's not greater. It gives you equal.
Equal. Yes.
35 plus 3 is 38. That's equal 38, not greater than 38.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So be careful when you look at these problems. If it's an inequality and it's saying greater, whatever's on the left, and if it's saying greater than what's on the right, then it has to be bigger than what's on the right. Not equal, not less than, bigger than. Okay,
Yes.
or greater than.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at number 28. And actually you could read this one off the graph. I think that's probably what you did, right?
Yes, I read it out.
Okay. Okay, so you probably did it off the graph. Which of the following is not a solution to this equation? It's not an inequality, it's an equation. So the equation is y equal x plus 1. So let's just copy that. And you could read this one really off the graph. Y equal x plus 1. So when x is equal to 1, what is y on the graph, Vanessa? This is x. X on the horizontal, y on the vertical. That's y. This is x on the horizontal. Now you're reading off the red, what's that red line? So when x is 1, what is y equal to?
One moment.
Go up to the red line for the y. And x is 1, y is what? It's right here.
2.
2. That's right. When x is 1, y is 2. So we know what our answer is, right?
Yes.
Which one is not a solution?
Yes.
Which one is it?
It's it's A.
That's right. Very good. Answer A. You can read it off the graph because when you pick 1 for x here on the horizontal, go up to the y and look over at the left, that's a 2. So B is a solution, right?
Yeah.
When x is 2, you go up to 3.
Yeah,
there we
y
go.
is 3.
That's a solution. When x is 4, what is y?
Y is 5.
5, right. When x is 3, what is y?
Oh, 4.
That's right, 4. So x cannot be 1, x and y cannot be 1 and 2 and 1 and 1. So we said when it's 1, y is 2. So what cannot be a solution is the one that says x is 1 and y is 1, which is answer A.
Okay.
Which one is? Go ahead.
Like how you do it this simple, right? I didn't realize I could have done it this way. Yes, I look at the graph, but then there was another way Ms. Llewellyn had taught us to do it, where you do y equal, okay, x, and then I would put it in parentheses plus 1.
Yeah.
Because remember the x is already 1. It's invisible 1, right?
That's right.
So when I add this 1 and 1, you get it would be equal to 2.
That's right. You could, that's
right.
Yeah, that's what you could do, but you could just read it off the graph too.
Yes.
So
So
you
I
have 2
take
ways.
B.
Yeah.
I take B and I do the same thing, but you could have seen there that
on the graph, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was able to look at this and I said, okay.
Okay. Yeah, you could have put the 1 in for the x and add it, and you get when x is 1, y is 2. So that means this one is correct. That's one of the solutions. Okay. So it can't be 1x and 2y and 1x and 1y. So then this is the one that's not correct.
Yes.
Okay. But like I say, you could also read it off the graph.
Which is easier, which is quicker,
It's
you save time.
that's right. You could just go to the graph and look at X is 1 right here, and then
Yes.
go up to the red line and over to the left, and Y is 2. So when
Okay.
X is 1, Y is 2. So X cannot be 1 and Y 1. So that's
Yeah.
the one that's not a solution.
Solution. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, very
Yes.
good. Okay, let's look at 29.
Okay.
Now, read that one, Vanessa, and tell me, what do you know about this once you read it?
Okay. Carlisa has saved $1,400 to buy a car. Although she needs 5,000, her plan is to save money each month for 1 year to save the rest of the money she needs. Which of the following equation could be used to determine how much money per month as M Carlisa needs to save?
Okay, so one of the questions you want to ask you, how much does she need to save? How would you find that?
One moment.
Okay, so you're asking yourself, how much does Carlisa need to save?
Miss Barbara, give me a few minutes.
Okay, all right, in 1 year. Okay, so that's the question you're going to ask yourself. Okay, now 1 year we know is equal to 12 months. Okay. Know where Maureen is. Speckles, did Maureen said she would be late?
Yes, Miss Barbara. Sorry, I'm back.
Okay,
Thanks.
so I said you ask yourself the question, how much does Carlisa need to save in 1 year? And we know that a year is equal to 12 months. So
Yes.
if she needs 5,000 and she saved 1,400, how would you find how much she needs to save?
What did I do for that? I can't remember what I did for that.
Well, if she needs 5,000 to buy a car and she's already saved $1,400, how would you find how much she needs to save in 1 year?
I think I do a guesstimation on this one. For real. I
Okay,
think.
well, you'd have to, what, 5,000,
Mhm.
which is what she needs, minus what she's
14.
already saved.
Yes.
That would be equal to amount she needs to save.
Save.
Yes, she needs a total of 5,000. She's already saved 1,400. So if you subtract the 1,400 from the 5,000, you'll get what she needs to save. All right. Now,
Yes.
what she needs to save has to be divided over 12 months. Now, M is equal, is the variable they're given here, M equal month. Okay, so they said
So,
per much money per month, and this would be small m as defined in the problem. Now, so knowing this, which one of those expressions, which one of those equations would give you how much she needs to save per month? Vanessa, which one has 5,000 minus 1400 divided by 12.
The only one has that is D.
5,000 minus, Vanessa,
Oh, 5,000.
minus 5,000 minus 1400, and then the result divided by 12. Which
It's not D as in dog.
no, because remember, this says 12m minus 1400. So if you try to combine the constants, you're gonna add 1400, right?
Oh,
So,
therefore, so therefore it's C.
Maureen, go to mute when you're talking to somebody else.
Okay, Miss Barbara.
Okay,
So therefore it's C, Miss Barbara.
that's right.
But see, I have because I just do this.
Answer C. You had that one correct. Yeah, because
Yes,
you had to subtract, you had to take this one. See, let's just take
oh,
this
this
one.
is how you. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay.
Yes, that's why I put the 5,000 minus the 1400. Because if you take this one, let's see, let's just copy this here. Okay. All right. Now, if we want to solve for 12m, we have to subtract the 1400 from the 5,000, right? Subtract 1400 from both sides. Okay. Now let's just do that. And you'll see where it can't be the one where it was subtracted, because you got us do the subtraction. And if it says subtraction, you'll do an adding. You'll do an add. Okay. So let's subtract the 1400 minus 1400 on the left and the same on the right, right?
Okay. Oh,
Minus 1400. Okay, and that will give you 12m equal 5,000 minus 1400. So let's just write this. 1400 plus and a 1400 minus gives you 0.
yeah.
So you'll have just 12m left here, right?
Yeah.
And I really can just stop right here. Okay, now, which one of those gives you 12m equal 5,000 minus 1400? The one that says add, because here you're going to subtract, right?
Yes. Yes.
So answer would be C.
Okay.
This one, Vanessa, you said this one, but remember, to get 12m, you'll have to add 1400.
Yes.
And that's saying she needs $6,400. No, she's already saved 1,400, so she needs the difference between the 5,000 and the 1,400.
Yes.
Maureen, you had this one?
Yeah.
You had C?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the 5,000 minus 1,400 is the amount she needs to save 12 months and a year. And if you had to solve it, it would be 12m equal, this is 3,600. So how much would she have to save a month, Vanessa? Mental math.
How much you have to save? Okay.
How much? Yeah, we just had to set, this was just a setup, but I'm asking you the question, how much money does she need to save per month? What would that be?
Okay, it's 36. 1 moment. 36 divided by 12. Okay. 300 a month.
That's right. Very good. $300 a month. That would be $300. And $300 is equal to what? 3,600 divided by 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right, so that's number 29, answer C. Okay, Maureen, I need you to do number 30.
Okay, this number
Okay,
30.
let's go to number 30. It's over on the left side. Okay, number 30.
Okay.
Read
The,
number 30, Maureen.
the expression of 4 plus 5,
No, y plus 5.
y plus 5, parentheses, right?
Let me,
2x plus
let me
5,
make it
parentheses,
bigger.
minus 25, can be used to make the steps
Tomato,
of,
tomato.
or use the model, the steps of the car's trick. Okay. Where two players, where two playing cards are chosen. Here, X represent the first card chosen, and Y represent the second card chosen, which interpretation of the expression correctly identifies the first step of the card trick after the first card is chosen.
Okay, so
That
X
was,
represents the first card,
yeah.
Y represents the second. After you've chosen X, the first card, what do you do first? Look at this equation, think PEMDAS. Think order of operation, think PEMDAS,
mm,
order of
Order,
operation.
okay. I will put Y plus 5, right? Am I saying it right?
Which one are you picking? Which one, which answer?
I pick B.
Okay, so B says what?
Double the value of the first card chosen and then add 5 to the amount.
That's right, because PEMDAS, you do what is in parentheses, right? And
Mhm.
double means multiply by 2, right? The first card
Yeah.
is an X, double the value of the first card chosen and add 5 to that amount. So the answer would be, like you said, Maureen, the answer would be B.
mm.
Vanessa, you had something else. What did you have?
I had C.
Yeah, that's the only one you missed of that group. Yeah, you
Yeah.
said multiply the value of the first card chosen by 5.
Okay.
No, but you don't see 5 times X here, right?
Yes.
See, it multiply the value of the first card chosen by 5. That would be 5 times X plus 5, but you don't see that here. Okay, so the first thing you do is what's in the parentheses.
Oh, you double it.
Double the value
Double the
of the
value.
first card, that's the X, 2 times X is doubling the first card, and then plus 5 is then adding 5 to that amount.
Okay.
Okay, so that answer would be B.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go to our next worksheet. That was what, number 6? Now we want to go to number 7. Okay, number 7. Maureen,
Yeah.
what's the answer to 31?
Wait.
You got the following steps to solve the equation 4 times X minus 1 equal 40.
Um,
Which statement explains why the solution following step 1 is a valid step? And
I had
this,
put C.
if you multiply both equations by sides of the equation by 4, the sides remain equal.
Yeah.
What did you have, Vanessa?
Did I do this? I think I did this, right?
Yes, you did. What did you have?
I can't remember what I did. I know where I have it on my thing. I can't remember what I have, but I can I can do it out my head. The,
Why is this step valid? What did you do in step one? That's what it's really asking you. What did you do in step one to get to step two?
you have to multiply.
Now, how did you go from here? What I'm asking you, Vanessa, how
Mhm.
did you go from this equation? Okay, let's put this here to this equation. What did you do? What operation?
Which from step 1 to where?
Yeah, from step one to step two. What did you do in step? What did you do in this step one to get to
Oh,
step two?
you subtract from both sides. 4 from both sides.
Why would you subtract?
No, you're subtracting and the subtraction. You have to add.
You
This
have
is
to
A.
add, right? To
This is A.
to
Yes.
go from this step to this step, you added 4, right?
Fine.
You
Yes.
add 4 to both sides. All right. And if you add 4 to both sides, you get this. The
Yes.
plus 4 minus 4 will go to 0. So you'll have 4x left, and 40 plus 4 is 44. So what
4.
is your answer, Vanessa? What's the answer?
A. A, Miss
That's right.
Barbara.
That's right. Answer A. Maureen, you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it said, which statement explains why the solution following step one is a valid step? Like, why is this a valid step? It's valid because you added 4 to both sides and the sides remain equal. 4x equal 44. Okay, so that's the answer, 31. Why is this valid? Because this came from adding 4 to both sides.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Number 32, Maureen, what's the answer?
Well, I couldn't figure it out, but I put B for my answer.
You put B. Okay, solutions are 4 and a -6. Okay, let's just put here. Solutions are 4 and -6. Now, what does that tell you about the constant? What must the constant be, Maureen?
Okay, the solutions are 4
In other
and
words,
-6.
this is what we're saying here. X plus 4 and X minus 6. So when you multiply this out, which one of those do you get? Which one of those, which one of these quadratic equations do you get when you multiply x
Okay.
plus 4 times x minus 6?
So, Miss Barbara,
So
let
that-
me ask you.
Okay.
With you have to multiply it out.
Yeah. When you multiply it out, which one of those quadratics do you get? Which one? A, B, C, or D?
And okay.
Okay.
Remember, the plus 4 times a -6 give you the constant. What's a plus 4 times a -6?
24.
Plus or minus, Maureen?
A minus.
A minus. So if it's a minus, then it can't be A or B, right? Remember, the numbers multiply to give you the constant. They add to give you the coefficient of the x. So a plus 4 times a -6 gives you a -24. So it cannot be A or B? So Maureen, is it C or D?
Okay, let me see. Hmm. D,
That's right. Why D, Maureen?
because my x to the power 2 minus 2x minus
So
24.
this one.
But the other one telling you, okay, I don't know.
Why is it D, Vanessa?
D. Let me see. Okay, because D. Let me see. I'll tell you this. Because x times x give you x to the
Yeah, that gives you X to the second power,
second
right?
power,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
Okay.
because, oh
And
yeah,
then you
That gives you the X to the second
x to
power.
the
So
second
let's
power.
just put that.
yeah.
Let's just put what you just said.
Second
Okay.
power.
So we get X to the second power. So I'll take this, copy it here. X times X gives you X to the second power, or X squared, right? All right.
Yes.
Now, X times minus 6 gives you what?
X times minus 6 give you minus 6x.
That's it, minus 6x. So when you say X, and I'll just write it here, X times minus 6 equal minus 6x, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's just take 4. What's 4 times X, Vanessa?
4. Let me see. 4x plus
That's
4x.
that's right. 4 times X is plus 4x, or just 4x. All right. So when you add a minus 6x, a minus 6x plus 4x, what's that equal to, Vanessa?
A minus 6x and a plus 4x will give you a minus 2x.
That's it, minus 2x. And where do you see the minus 2x? Right here, right? That's
Mhm.
the minus 2x. So that's
Oh,
why it's D, because x times x is x to the second, like you said.
yeah.
And then when you take the x times the x times minus 6, minus 6x, right? And then you take the 4 times x is 4x. Then when you combine those, you get a minus 2x. So now you've got your x squared, and let's just put minus 2x. Just get rid of that. Okay, so then we put our minus 2x, okay? And then the minus 6, the plus 4 times a minus 6 gives you the minus 24. So this will be minus 24. And that
If I give you
matches.
12, what if I give you 10?
I'm sorry,
A 20
Vanessa.
What did you say? Give us a 24?
The plus 4 times the minus
Oh,
6.
the 6,
See,
yes.
you've got to
24
take
is
the x
24.
here and multiply it by x, and the
Yeah.
x times a minus 6. Then you take a 4 and multiply it by x, and also 4 times the minus 6, which gives you
Okay.
the minus 24. So that's how your answer is D.
Okay.
Okay. You
Yes.
take these factors and multiply each term here by each term in the second set. So x
Okay.
times x, x times minus 6. 4 times x, 4 times minus 6. That's how you get the x squared, because you combine your x's. That's how you got the minus 2x, right? Minus 6x plus a 4x different signs, you subtract, then the sign of the answer of the difference is negative because your biggest number is absolute value is the 6. Or you could say, I have more negative than positive, so my answer would be negative.
Okay, okay.
Questions 32.
Yep.
Maureen, did you had a plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, to get a negative, you have to have a positive times a negative, right? And they gave you a +4 and a -6. So a
Mhm.
plus times a minus will give you a minus. So that tells you right there that your constant has to be a -24. So you can eliminate A and B. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, let's go to 33. Maureen, what is 33? What's the answer? Okay, let me bring it up here. Combining like terms. So what do you get when you add 150x plus 1,000? You adding this. Let's just copy this here.
And
Okay, so you're adding this. Let's just put in parentheses. And we're adding that to the expression. Okay, this is plus. And we're adding this to 125x plus 500. So let's just put that here. Combine the like terms. Let's put that in parentheses. Okay, so what do you get, Maureen? What's 150x plus 125x?
275
Okay, 275 what? X, right?
X.
275x. Okay, now the constants. What's 1,000 plus 1,500?
1,000 plus 15
1,000 plus 500.
is 1,500.
Right, 1,500. Okay. And what answer is that? A, B, C, or D?
D.
Maureen?
D.
275x plus 1,500?
Or C.
C. D has 275x to the second power. And you're not multiplying here, so you're not getting x squared. You're adding. So when you add, you just add the coefficients. 150 plus 125, 275. Variable x. Constant 1,000 plus 500, 1,500. Answer C. Questions? Be careful with when you're adding and when you're multiplying. When you're multiplying variables, you're going to have a square units, like x times x, x squared, inches times inches, square inches, centimeters times centimeters, square centimeters. But when you add centimeters plus centimeters, just give you centimeters. X plus x just give you x. All right, let's look at this quadratic equation. Now, Vanessa, what do you call this figure right here? What do we call this?
what? That?
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Not
carrot.
a, not,
That's
not a linear. That's a quadratic.
that's right. It's not a linear
It's
straight
not
line.
exponential.
What is it called? What's the name of
It's
that
called
figure?
you call it a quadratic.
Well, the equation is called a quadratic.
Quadra
What do we
what is
call that figure here? It's like a U. It's
I
a U.
cannot remember.
You remember, Maureen?
F.
What do we call this figure right here? This U-shaped figure. What is it called? Start with a P.
Oh, it's named Pythagoras.
No.
Py No, it's near what?
Parabola.
Yeah.
Parabola.
Or something like that.
I
You
don't know
said
parabola, Miss Barbara. It's like
U
that.
shape.
It's a quadratic.
Okay. Quadratic
Let's
equations form
for
parabolas.
parabola.
Okay. Quadratic
Okay, that's a parabola.
equations. SEQU. Quadratic equations. And this is always true. So when you see that quadratic equations form
Shape
it's a U shape. Just remember it's a U shape and it's
yeah,
called a parabola.
Parabola.
All right.
Yeah.
Now let me make this bigger because I want you to be able to see this. Okay. Let's make it bigger because I want you to be able to see the values here. Okay. Okay. Now, we're trying to find the zeros of this quadratic equation, and we can read it off the graph. But let me just say this. Zeros of a function of a parabola or the x, they're at the x-intercept. So we have y-intercept and we have x-intercept. X-intercept. And all that is, x-intercept is the value of x when y equal 0.
0.
And that means the y-intercept is what, Maureen? What's the y-intercept?
Y-intercept is 0.
No, if x-intercept is the value of x when y is 0, y-intercept is the value of what, Maureen?
Okay, listen.
Well, value of y when x is 0.
0.
X-intercept is the value of x when y is 0. And when y is 0, that means we are on the x line, okay? When x is 0, we're on the y line.
Okay.
Now, the zeros of a function is the x-intercept. Now, knowing that, tell me what are the zeros of the function shown on the graph? Zeros of the function equal x intercepts. Okay, now looking at this equation, tell me where do you see the x-intercepts? What values? This is the x,
X.
this is the y. So we are on the x line, Vanessa. Where do you see the x-intercepts?
X. So you need the zeros.
Yeah, yes, the x-intercept when y is 0, that means we're on the x line. So
Yeah.
y is 0 here and y is 0 here. What's the value here, Vanessa? What's this value? Right here.
Let me see. 1, 2.
That's right. And what's the value over here? What's the value here?
3, 4, -4.
What?
-4.
-4. That's right. So what's the answer?
Oh, so therefore is +2
and a -4. So what are the zeros of the function? What is the answer? A, B, C, or D?
A.
That's right. So answer A.
I had that answer, but I guessed it, but I didn't
You
know if it
just
was right.
guessed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just remember the
I had a
zeros
clue.
of the function or the x-intercepts, and the x-intercepts are on the X line. Because at this point right here, Y is 0. Y is zero here. Y is 0 here. Y is 0 here. So like Vanessa said, 1, 2, that's a 2. And on the left side, they are negative. So this is a -4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So a +2 and a -4. Maureen, what is the y-intercept on this parabola? What's the y-intercept?
I really don't know because I don't got no luck with these graphs. Can't get no read.
Well, when X is
But anything I do, I
0,
get right and just guessing.
okay. Well, Maureen, let's take the guessing out. Now, when X is 0, we are on the Y line. Now, look, this is the Y line right here, right?
Yeah.
This is the Y line. At what point is X 0? I'll have to be sitting right on that Y line. Where do you see that? Where do you see on this Y line when X is 0?
X in the center.
When you say
right side of the middle.
no. Remember, I say you on the Y line. You got to be sitting on this line. For X to be 0, you got to be on the Y line. Just like here, when the Y was 0, we were on the X line. See, right here. See, right there and right there. Now I'm asking you, the y-intercept, when X is 0, I'm on the Y line, which is right here. What's that value? Right here. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but I just don't know.
Can you see it, Vanessa? You're on mute. Maureen.
It's 8.
It's 8. That's right. See, Vanessa, Maureen, look, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right there on the Y line. X is 0 when Y is 8. In other words, if we wrote this, like we would have what? 0, comma, 8. X is 0, Y is 8. That means we are on the Y line. Y is right here, 8, and we're on the Y line, X is 0. When you're on the line, when you're on one of the lines, one of the values is 0. So if you're on the Y line, the X is 0. If you're on the X line, the Y is 0. See, like here, the Y is 0 and Y is 0 here. Maureen, is it making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you actually on the line, one of those coordinates, X or Y, has to be 0. So if you're on the X line, Y is 0, like these 2 points. If you're on the Y line, X is 0. So at this point, Y is an 8 and X is a 0. And this is the way you would write it, 0, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you've given a parabola and they ask you what are the values of the zero of the function, just look at where there's a 0 on the X line. And there's always 2 points. One here, one here. One negative, one positive. Questions? Okay. So you said
Miss Barbara,
yes.
Like you got here C, right? C is 9 and -1, right?
1.
And you know you got A, B, C, and D, right?
Right.
So how with this one? So the one that marked 9 and -1, how that will work?
Okay. 9. Okay, this was 8, right? This is 9 and this is
Uh-huh.
minus 1. That's
So
like
f
an
is 9.
that's an apex. That's not
Oh,
zeros of the function.
okay.
See,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, right here you have a 9. Well, this is 9 on the y. Well, actually, it's 9 and minus 1, but see, usually you give the x first,
Oh,
and then you give the y.
okay.
But actually, this is not. I'm sorry. This is zeros of the function, but a 9 and a 1. That means you'd have to have what? You need 2 points. So this is just 1 point. But that's called an apex. There's
Oh,
9 right there because that was an 8. That's 9 on the y and a minus 1 on the x. But that's not the zeros. That's what we call the apex. All
okay.
right. Questions? Maureen,
Okay.
you can read the graph. You said you couldn't read it. Sure, you can read it. And here, whereas in minus 9 and minus 4, you don't see anything right here, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, -2, -2 right here. And what? If you go up from -2, that's not a 4, right? That's a, what, 8, a 7, a 9. That's a 9.
Oh,
Okay. And 8 and 0 would be what? Where would 8 and 0 be?
mm.
Well, no, an 8 and a 0. Well, 8 would be positive. This is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mm.
And nothing is marked
right
here.
there.
8 right here. 8.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Y is 0.
And a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So the only x-intercepts can be 2 and -4, because that's
Okay.
the value of x when y is 0. That means we are on the x line, and those 2 points are on the x line. Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's look at the next one. Let's see, that was okay. 35. Vanessa, you had that one right. Maureen, how do you solve 35?
I get out. My
What did you,
answer I get out is 16.5.
how did you solve it?
I put, okay,
What did you do first?
I put 0.3x minus 4 and 2, right?
What did you
So,
do first?
when I set it up, then I subtract the 4.2 from the 4.2, and then I add the other 4.2 to the
Wait a minute,
0.7.
Maureen. Why did you subtract? This is subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction?
Add.
So what did you do?
I add, it was 4.2 to, right? And then I add the 4.2 to the 0.75 and get hook 4.95.
Okay, so you really added
Yeah.
4.2 to both sides, right?
Mhm.
Because that's a subtraction. So opposite of subtraction is adding. So when you added 4.2, let's just copy that. Add 4.2 to both sides, and to the left 4.2, and to the right 4.2. Okay, and what do you get on the left side, Maureen? What do you get on the left side?
This is the last side. I don't know. One side I get hook 4.95. I don't know if it's the right or the left side.
Okay, what's a minus 4.2 and a plus 4.2?
0.
That's it. Very good. So you got 0 plus 3.3x, and that just gives you 0.3x, right? Let's just take
Yeah.
this out because this is 0. And what do you get on the right?
4.95.
Okay, so you got 4.95. Okay. And then what did you do next?
Okay.
What was your next step?
And over to right, but 0.3x equals to 0.75. You can do it like that.
No, what did you, how did you solve for the x? 0.3x is a multiplication. So what did you do?
Right.
I put 0.3x. As you got there, right, equal to 94, 495. And I divide it by 3.
Okay, divide by 0.3.
Yeah.
Okay, divide both sides by 0.3. Okay, and let's just do that. Let's just take our equation. Okay, here we go. And put divide by 0.3 both sides. Okay. So this is and the left side and the right side.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put our 0.3 here. 0.3 on the left and 0.3 on the right. So what do you get on the left side, Maureen?
I got 0.
0.3x divided by 0.3. What did you get?
X.
0.
X.
No, you couldn't have gotten 0.
Which is x.
No, 0.3 divided by 0.3 is 1.
1, yeah.
One.
Which is
So
x.
yes, and what Vanessa is saying, 1x is just
Yeah.
x.
Right.
And what did you get for 4.95 divided by 0.3?
6.5.
Okay, so x equal 16.5, 16.5, and that is the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa, you had that one correct.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. All right. So, all right. So that's the end of that worksheet. And we will go, what was that, number 30? We will go to number 35. We will go to worksheet number, okay, share screen. And this would be number 8. You don't have this one. Okay, but I am confident you can do this one. Okay, let's do our worksheet number 8.
Let me see.
Give you a
Let's
chance to
see.
look at it and tell me how you would solve it.
X.
That's a division. You have an expression divided by 2x, another expression, 2x.
Equal. So that
Make
from
it
that.
Now, when you
better.
have this, you've got to divide each of these expressions by this 2x. All right. So let me just
No, this is thing.
That answer must be C.
Got it? You see? Plus now you get 2
let me just take this and copy it here.
X.
Okay.
Single
And put our 2x here. So Maureen, what did you get?
I get C.
What did you get, Vanessa?
One moment, Miss Barbara.
Okay.
Yes, one moment. You get
So you're gonna have this. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
You're gonna divide this by the 2x, right? You're gonna take the minus 6x squared,
You divide it by
divide that by the 2x, okay?
2x, right?
Divide that by 2x. Division, Vanessa, but division. And
Okay.
then you're gonna take the 2x and divide that by 2x.
Let me ask.
Question, Vanessa?
Okay. Can we do the top fours, subtraction and addition, and then the division? I know that's not according to
You,
Penn.
well, you can't. How you gonna add an x to the third and an x to the second? They have to be they have to be the same.
Okay, same as
You could add an x to the third and an x to the third, but you can't add an x to the third to an x to the second. You can multiply them, but you can't add them. In other
Okay.
words, you can't combine the top here because they're all different terms. This is x to the third, this is x to the second, this is x to the one. So this expression
Okay.
is divided by 2x. That means the 2x is divided into each one of these. So you take the first one. Okay, let's take the first one, Vanessa. What's 12x to the third divided by 2x? What's that equal to?
Well, I know. 12x. 12x with the third power.
Divided by 2x. What's that equal to? Now, exponents, when you divide, you subtract the exponents. So what would this be equal to?
6x to the second power.
Okay, 6x to the second. Okay. So that would be 6x to the second. Let's copy this. Okay. So that would be 6x to the second. So let's just put that there. Okay. Now, what is minus 6x to the second divided by 2x?
You'd have minus 3x.
Okay. Let's just put this here. So you get what?
Minus 3x.
Okay. 2 in the 6 is 3, and it's a negative, so that would be a negative. So you got minus 3x. Okay. Now what's 2x divided by 2x?
2 times 2 is 1.
So
Or
that's
you
just,
say x.
what is that equal to?
1. Or you
1.
say x.
No, not or you say x, it's just 1.
Oh.
Right? In other words, when you divide something, an expression by itself, you get 1, whether it's
1, yes.
variables or whether it's numbers. 2 over 2 is 1, x over x is 1, 2x over 2x is equal to 1. Now, when you combine these together, you have 6x squared minus 3x plus 1. So what's your answer, Vanessa?
My answer is
What's the answer? Combine these, 6x squared minus 3x and a plus 1. So what's your answer? Combine these terms, 6x squared minus 3x plus 1. What does it match? A, B, C, or D?
it matches C.
That's right, C. Yeah, C. You have 6x squared right here, minus 3x, there we go, and 1. So when you have a polynomial expression divided by another polynomial, and this one is really just a monomial, but they are really all polynomials. You divide the coefficients and subtract the exponents, because that's what you did. 2 into 12, 6. 3 minus 1 is 2, because that x is to the 1. Here, minus 6 over 2 minus 3, x to the second minus 1 is just x to the 1. Then, of course, here, 2x over 2x is just equal to 1 or plus 1. Questions? Maureen,
No.
you had that one correct. Very good. You divided by your coefficients and you subtracted the exponents, which is what you do when you divide it by exponents. You subtract.
You send these, Miss Barbara. I didn't get this.
No, you didn't get it.
No,
of
the
course.
first time we doing it.
No, I didn't. I intentionally did not send it to you. But you'll get it at the end. And this one actually has more than 5 problems, so there'll be something for you to do as homework.
Oh.
Okay. But I think it's things that you can do. That's why I didn't send it, because I think you can figure them
Algebra.
out. Yes, because you're getting better with the algebra, so I think you can do them.
I like the algebra.
All right. Did you hear that, Maureen?
I
Yeah.
like
I know
algebra.
Maureen likes algebra. Maureen wants extra work.
Yes, I love algebra.
All right. Okay. Well, when we finish up this sheet, we'll be going into functions.
Okay.
All right. This will be our last algebra sheet, and you'll have a algebra work. Well, it's algebra practice test. And what did I tell you the due date? The 28th. And the reason I didn't send it out because some persons are getting theirs by postal mail, and postal mail is so slow. I sent somebody something over a week ago, and they got it like about 8 days later. I mean, it's just really slow. So I wanted to send it out when the ones that I mailed it to have gotten it. So I'll probably send it to you. Well, I'll probably send it to you either Tuesday or Wednesday. All right. And I told you that practice test has 15 questions and 3 extra credit.
Okay.
37. I want you to do that one right now and then tell me your answer. Take a couple of minutes to do it and then tell me your answer.
Okay.
You have 9.2. You have this, and it says the quotient, which means quotient means what operation, Vanessa?
Multiply?
No, that's product.
No, to divide.
That's right, divide. That's right. Quotient is a result of a division. So what you'll have is this divided by, and let's just put this here, divided by the 2.3 times 10 to the second. Okay. And tell me what the quotient is. So it's a division. So divide that out and tell me what you get.
Oh, so it's B. Let me see. Yes, it's B.
Maureen, you have an answer?
No. I can't barely divide it. I can't find my calculator right now.
Let me ensure it's B. One moment. I think.
Oh, you can divide 9.2 by 2.3 without a calculator. Maureen, that's mental math.
Divided by 2.3.
Yes, it's B.
Vanessa said B. What did you say, Maureen?
Or
Don't
so
go.
alternate. Okay. No, it's D. It's D.
It's 9
I don't know why they give me the
two.
alternate form.
divided by 2.
The alternate.
Enter.
is 4x or the 10th power. So
What do you say,
it-
Vanessa?
it's 4
What did you say your
multiplier.
answer?
It's
D?
D as in dog.
Okay, you saying D. What are you saying, Maureen?
I said D too.
Okay. Because when you divide
And when you divide it, you
9.2,
get, yeah,
what does that give you, Maureen, when you divide this out?
when I divide 9.2
What do
by
you get?
2.3, I get 4.
You get 4.
Yeah.
And what times 10 to the what?
I didn't get that order. I only get the 4.
Well, exponents you subtract when you divide, right?
So why you said it was D because the 9.2 had the highest power.
No, when you divide, you subtract exponents. So this is going to be 4 times 10, and you're going to subtract 2 from 6, right? Okay, let me just put this here. Okay. So that's going to be 6. And you subtract exponents, so that's 6 minus 2. And what's 6 minus 2?
6 minus 4.
It's 4, right? So that's going to be equal to 4 times 10. And that's, you said 4. So let's just put out 4 there. 4. And that's answer D. Because it says scientific notation. Now, this is 4 times 10 to the 4th, 40,000. But it said in scientific notation, which means you've got to have a number times 10 to an exponent, right? So the answer is D.
Yeah.
If it didn't say scientific notation and it
Then should have been
asked,
B.
yeah, if it said which of these could be the quotient, then you would have B or D. Okay, because I could have worded it where it didn't say scientific notation, ask you the quotient expressed is which of these, and there are more than one answer. It could be 40,000 or 4 times 10 to the 4th.
So it could have been either B or D, Miss Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been either B or D.
No, I'm saying if I didn't put scientific notation and just ask you to tell me the quotient, then it could be B or D. You know,
Okay.
you'd put both answers. But I said scientific notation, which means it's got to be a number times 10 to a power.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so 37 is D.
Okay.
Questions?
Oh.
All right, let's go to 38. So you're doing well. Scientific notation. Okay, let's go to 8. Ah, this is really good. I know you love these kind of things, right? Mean, mode, median, whatever. Okay, 38. Give you a chance to work that one out and tell me what the answer is.
Okay.
Now to answer it, you're gonna need the mean, you're gonna need the mode, you need the median.
Language. 90.
So you're gonna need the mean, you need the mode, you need the median.
5.
You know how to find mean, mode, and median, right, Vanessa?
Yes, no problem.
Okay, so find the mean, find the mode, find the median, and tell me which one of those is correct.
So the mean to the mode or the mean to the medium. Mean, medium equal the mode.
And once you tell me the answer, I want you to tell me how you found it, which means you got to tell me how you got mean, how you got median, how you got mode.
3, 9, Six, 78. That's 78. So 81, 85, 89. 89. 5, 8, 90 and 97. Oh, 90, 94, 97. 90, 94.
90.
Okay. We do we find the mean. Seven, 6, 7 plus 8, 8 plus 8. Oh, 81 plus 9 plus 94 plus 7. Yes. 8, divided by how many numbers? Okay.
How many numbers are there?
2,
How many numbers?
11,
11. That's right.
9, 10, 11. 9, 8 by 11. Okay, divide this by 11. We do 8.1. 3. This is the mean, right? Mean. Mean. Medium. Mean, medium, or here 11. And divided by 2, 1, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 5. Right? Different. 1 divided by.
Anybody has an answer?
One moment, Ms. Barry.
Okay.
So we divide this by 981. This is 10. Mm-mm. 81 divided by 2 is 9. Okay. This is the mean, medium, right? And this is 4.5. Okay. Let me see. And you can see what repeats more in the mode. Occur frequently. So which one occur frequently? And this is the mode. Replace later. Right. Or you just leave it like that. And then you just divide it by. It's something else to with it.
Was wrong.
Let's see the mode. Mm. Mm. Plus.
You want the more, the medium, and the mean.
Yes, you gotta find all three to compare them, right?
Okay. I figure I got my bar, sure. But the other was very long. They already made the mistake in the other.
Maureen, you didn't have your calculator. Huh?
Yeah, but I was doing it up there just like that, but I didn't do it with calculator and I'm not sure it right.
Okay, let me see. The mean. So
And,
Miss Barbara wants to know which statement is true about the measures central
What did
tendency.
you get? What did you get for the mean?
In is when you add all together, you get 898.
Okay, 898.
oh, you get, see, that's why I made a mistake.
That's right. You got that, Maureen? You should get 898.
I think I check over mine because I think mine was wrong because I checked with my brain.
Did you get 898?
Checking now.
Okay. And Vanessa, when you divided that out, what did you get?
Divided by 11.
What
And
did
I
you
get,
get for the mean?
okay, 81.63636.
That rounds to what?
82.
82.
82. Okay. All right. So let's see.
Only to get 82. Mhm.
Let's get this.
Okay.
So the mode, the medium, the mean, the medium, the mode, or the mean,
So
the
the
mode, the
mean
medium.
is
Mean.
equal to 82. You
Mhm.
round it. Mean equals 82. Okay, so what's your answer?
Okay.
All right.
I get I get 81 for the medium.
Okay, so median, you got 81.
81.
You had to put them in order, right?
Yeah.
So you had for the median, you had 97, 94,
Three,
put
four,
comma, 97,
90,
comma, 94, comma, 90,
three, four,
comma,
89,
89,
four, five,
80, then 80,
85,
85, 85,
81,
and then 81, and what, 78,
78,
78, and
6,
76,
and 76,
and 76 again,
69,
and 69,
63.
and 63. Okay, now, so you have 3, 6, 9, 11. Okay, let me put a comma here, separate these. All right, which one is in the middle, Maureen?
81.
Let's see, 89, 85, and this would be 81, 61. Okay, 81, 78, 76, 76, 69, 73. So this one,
Is the medium.
okay, so there's your median right here.
Mhm.
One in up, one in the middle. So let me just put this here. The one in the middle, median.
Mhm.
Okay, there's the median right here. Okay. You have 5, 5, and the one in the middle, median and middle, or call it midpoint. So your mean is 82, your median is 81. What is your mode, Vanessa?
76.
The mode is 76.
Mm.
So what's the answer?
So therefore, it's a mean,
A, B, C, or D? What's the answer? Vanessa, what's the answer?
one moment. The mode is greater than.
Mean and mood. Mean and medium.
The mean,
Greater, less.
the mean, the mean is less than.
Okay.
Mode. The mode is greater than.
A, B, C, or D?
Ooh,
Yeah.
What would you say, Vanessa?
not A, because the mean is 82.
Mean is 82, the median is 81, the mode is 76.
76.
So what's the answer, Vanessa?
So the mean, one moment, let me say the mode is greater. The mean is greater than the mode.
So what's the answer?
I can't say, Miss Barbara.
Yes, you can. What's the mean is 82, the median is 81, the mode is 76.
The mean, the medium.
So look at, take them one by one, Vanessa. A says mean greater than mode. What is the mean?
The mean is 82.
What is the mode?
Mode is 76.
Is A true or false?
It's true.
It's true,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, when you go to B, mean is 82, median is 81, mean is greater than median, not less than. So
Yes.
it's not B. C says mode greater than median, but mode is 76, median is 81, mode is less than the median. And of course, none of them are equal, so it's not D. So it can
Yeah.
only be A, where mean is 82, right here, 82, and mode is 76. Mean is greater than the mode. Got it?
Mhm.
The mean 82. That's what Maureen said. Mean 82 greater than the mode 76. Answer A. Got it, Vanessa?
Yes. Yes, Miss Barbara.
Yeah, you're just comparing. You found all the values and you comparing them. The
Okay.
biggest one of these is mean. Mean is greater than all of them.
Okay.
Mean is greater than the mode and it's also greater than the median.
Okay, I understand.
Got it?
Yes, Miss Barbara. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's go to 39. Okay. Give you a chance to read it and tell me the answer. That's an inequality problem. Okay. Give you a chance to read it, then tell me the answer for 39.
Can you bring it down a little more?
You want it down some more? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, you want it down some.
Good, good.
Good there? Or you need
Yeah.
it up some?
Bring it up. Yeah, they could do.
Okay, there we go. Give you a chance to read it and tell me the answer for the inequality. Answers 39.
30 children.
80 children. Each child will be given at least one candy bar. A bag of candy contains 18 candy bars. Which inequality tells you how many Jeremy will need to buy so that each child would get at least one candy bar?
D.
You're saying bags divided by 18. It's got to be less than or equal to 80.
Yeah.
But at least one candy bar and there are 80 children. What does that mean, Maureen?
Um,
That means you have to have what number of candy bars? At least. That means
80.
at
At
least.
least. Oh, okay.
At least means what?
Least mean less than.
No, at least.
Or more than?
Remember I gave you that reference sheet? What does at least mean?
I got it. I got it.
Look at your reference sheet. Look up your reference sheet. What does at least mean?
Okay. Okay.
What does it mean, Maureen?
No less than.
At least means what?
No, at least no less than.
No, does it mean greater than or
It's
equal less?
greater than or equal to.
That's right. At least means greater than or equal. So Which answer would it be? You said D. D says less than or equal.
Oh, the A.
Yes, it would be A because
Yeah, 'cause A is greater than.
18 bars per bag. So bags times 18's got to be bigger than or equal to 80, right? So
Uh-huh.
answer is A. Yeah, because if suppose he bought 5 bags, what's 5 times 18?
5 times 18.
Mm-hmm. Maureen, mental math.
90.
90, and 90 greater than or equal to 80, right? Okay, so he has to buy enough for every child to have at least one candy bar. So which means
Okay.
this amount has to be greater than or equal to 80. So 18 candy bars per bag times number of bags must be greater than or equal to 80. 4 would not be enough because that would just be 72, right? 4 bags
Yeah.
would be less than. He wouldn't have enough for each child to have 80. So he would have to buy at least 5 bags, right? For every child to have at least one candy bar. So if he bought 5 bags, every child will have a candy bar and he will have 10 extra. And that satisfies the at least greater than or equal. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Vanessa, you got an answer for 39?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
What did you get? A, that's correct. Because at least, and Maureen checked her reference, greater than or equal. Okay, so answer A, 18 times the number of bags must be greater than or equal to 80 for each child to get at least one candy bar.
Yep.
So the least amount of bags he could buy is 5, because 5 times 18 is 90. That's greater than 80. 4 bags wouldn't be enough. That would be 72. Each
Yeah.
child wouldn't get a candy bar. Okay. All right, let's go to number 40. Okay. Okay. So solve number 40.
A bag curve of 12.5 miles.
Walk. He walk an additional 16 miles from 1 to 6. So a hiker walk, right? From 9 a.m.
You know what rate is? What? Distance over time. You know that distance over time. Rate equal distance divided by time.
Distance.
So you're giving your distance in miles. You can find the time by getting when he started to when he finished. That gives you the miles. Calculate the miles.
But a hiker walk. He walk an additional miles from 1. What is the average rate for the entire?
Okay. Well, 9 to 9.
I want to know what's the rate, the average rate for the entire walk. How you doing? .8. minus 17. Yeah, 4.2.
You got your distance. You can calculate your time from 9 to noon. That's one of the times. From 1 to 6 is another of the times. So add up all your distances, divide by your total time, and that will give you your average rate.
What do you do, Miss Barbara?
Okay.
I love
Rate,
the walk.
rate is distance over time, right? So you got the distance, 12.8 miles. From 9 to noon is how many hours?
9, 10, 11, 12. 3 hours.
3 hours. So you've got your time, right? Now go to the additional. 17.2 miles is your distance. From 1 to 6 is how many hours?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 hours.
5 hours. So you know your time, you know your distance, you know your time, add up your distance, add up your time, and divide it. That will give you your average.
Oh,
You got it?
okay. Yes.
Okay, so do that. Tell me what you get.
This is time. This is time. No, this is okay.
So,
6.
so your total, I'll just put what I just said, total distance
Let's see. 8 and 2 is
equal 12.8
and 1 is
plus 17.2, right?
okay.
That's going to be your total distance.
I understand.
Okay, your total time, and Vanessa, you just
3.00.
told me that, right? Total time, and you told me 3 hours for the 12.8 miles, so that's 3 hours
Plus 5.
plus 5. That's right. Plus from 1 to 6, you told me that was 5 hours, so this will be okay.
Plus 5 hours.
Plus 5 hours.
The answer is A, Miss Barbara.
That's right. Very good. Okay.
300
Plus
divided.
5 hours.
Oh, you add the hours and then you add the hours, then you add the
You
time.
add the time and then you get the rate by dividing
And then you
distance by the
divide it.
time. Right.
Okay.
So that's plus 5 hours. And that gave you what? 8 hours.
8 hours.
Hours. And then
So you
divide it.
add your distance. What did you get for your distance?
My distance 30.
30. That's right. So you got 30 for your distance. That's 30 miles. Now divide that by 8. And what do you get?
3.75.
That's right. So your
3%, yeah.
average would be rate equal 30 divided by 8. And that's equal to 3.75. So your answer would be A. Okay, so remember your distance formula. Rate is distance over time. What would distance be equal to?
Distance.
If rate is distance over time, what is distance equal to, Vanessa? Distance equal what?
I can't remember, Miss Barbara.
No, you can figure it. No, you can figure it out. No, I just want you to figure out this formula. If rate is distance over time, distance is going to be rate times time.
All right.
Remember that? We wrote it as, well, D equals R times T, right?
Yes.
So rate equals D over T. Let me just abbreviate it. Rate equals D divided by T, which is what we had here. distance divided by time.
Mhm.
Okay. And what would time be equal to? What would T be equal to, Vanessa? Using that same formula. What would T be equal to?
So time would be equal to distance
Distance. What?
over rate.
That's it. Very good. And I'll just put the D, the little D here so we're consistent. D, distance equal rate times the time. Rate equal distance divided by time. Time equal distance divided by rate. So if you know this formula, you can solve for any unknown, whether it's rate or whether it's time. So if you know the distance and you know the time, you can find the rate, which is what we knew here. We knew the distance he walked and we knew the time he started when he finished. So we could figure out how many hours elapsed, okay? And time, if we were given distance and rate, we could find the time,
Yes, that's true.
okay? But here we found it by taking the number of hours because we had the times he started, time he finished, so we could find the time, 8 hours. Okay.
Yeah,
Questions?
No.
Miss Barbara.
Okay, so homework. Okay, I will send you, let's see, I've got to send you the practice, the task algebra practice test, which will be due on the 28th. All right.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we will finish up this worksheet. I will send you, okay, so your homework, let's see how many we have left. We don't have that many left. Okay, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Okay, well, we have 50. Okay, so homework. We see, we stop at, let me tell you which ones I need you to do for homework. Okay, so
Mhm.
we stopped at 40. So homework would be 41.
Yeah.
Okay, 42 and 43. Okay, so I'll be sending you this sheet. And then if you want to continue, it's okay. 41, 42, and 43.
43. Okay.
Now,
Okay.
43, I gave you something there, but I'm not sure if you familiar. We went over this once before. Do you know how to break radicals down? You remember how to break radicals down?
I ain't sure, but I will try.
I'll try.
Okay. Well, just to give you an example. Okay. Let's see. All right. All right. Now, if you had, let me just put, no. Let me just take an example. I just want to make sure you know how to break them down. Okay, let me take okay. Okay, this is a radical, which is for the square root. We'll just take an example for you. If you had, okay, let's see. Okay, now let's just take let's see. 40, let's say 48. Now, 48 can be divided into two radicals, and you're always trying to find one that has a perfect square root. So in the case of this one, what two factors of 48 and one has a perfect square root?
Factor of
No, 12.
what you said? What?
No, what two radicals can I divide this into where one of them has a perfect square root?
6 and 8.
Neither one of those have perfect square root.
Oh, not, oh, yeah.
Two factors I can multiply. Think of two factors I can multiply and get 48, Vanessa.
Factors.
Mhm.
48.
Two numbers I can multiply and get 48. Who's making the noise? Go to mute. Go to mute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go to mute, please. Somebody's making noise. They're talking in the background.
Miss Barbara, 24 and 12.
Okay. No, 24, not 12 are perfect square roots. Remember I say to multiply, Maureen. 14 times 12 does not give 48. Okay.
Let's see. 18.
Can you think of one, Vanessa?
I'm
16.
16.
16 times what gives you 48?
3.
3.
3.
So 16 times the square root of 3, right? What's the square root of 16?
4.
4. So that would be 4 and square root of 3. All right. So I gave you a sample, one of those on the ones for you to do for next time. But what you want to do is look at the number underneath the radical and think of the factors where one of them gives you a perfect square root. And here 16 times 3 is 48. So this becomes square root of 16 times square root of 3, and the square root of 16 is 4. And this simplifies to 4 times square root of 3. You follow?
Okay.
So think when I give you a number on the radical, think of the factors where one of them has a perfect square root. What are some numbers that have perfect square roots, Maureen?
That don't have a perfect square root.
That have perfect square roots. Give me a number that has a perfect square root.
Okay. 9 got a perfect square root.
That's right. Square root of 9. If this were
Okay.
9, the square root of 9 is equal to 3. Another one. Another number, perfect square root. Maureen.
16.
Okay. Well, we did 16. Give me another one. Perfect square root.
121.
Okay. 121. What's the square root of 121?
11.
11. That's right. So you got the idea when I said to pick out factors where one of them has a perfect square root. Okay. So your homework, you got your homework, right? 41, 42, 43. Homework. All right. And but you can feel free to do any of the others. We go up to 50. This will be our last algebra worksheet. When we finish this one, we'll be going to functions. Any questions on anything we went over?
No.
Oh, Miss Barbara.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I will be sending you the algebra practice tests that I say will be due on the 28th. I'll probably be sending that either tomorrow or Wednesday. Giving a chance to the couple of people I post a mail to get theirs, and I'll check and see if they've gotten theirs. I sent them off last week. All right. So long, everybody. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Barbara. You have a good-
Okay.
and thank you,
Bye-bye.
Miss Beckles, and have yourself
Bye-bye.
a great